Hey guys, Aaron here, back for another Body Club workout. Today's session, as you can see, we're going to be working with a dumbbell. Okay, today's session is going to be excellent to mobilize and stretch the muscles, but under a little bit of load. It's also going to be excellent for strengthening full body, but we're going to be working a little bit more core specific today. And we're really going to be focusing on the stability of the spine and the pelvis. And it's also just a great way to learn some new movements and practice your motor skills, which are your movement patterns. So we're going to go straight into it today. The first exercise I'm just going to break down for you because it's a little bit more technical, and then we're going to get straight into the circuit, okay? I've got a 10 kilo dumbbell here. Obviously, choose a dumbbell relative to your ability. So go with something a little bit lighter if you're not used to resistance training. Or you can go with something a little bit heavier if you really want to push yourself. So just work within your own limits. Okay, so let's get going. So the first exercise here is going to be a half reverse Turkish get-up. So we're going to be doing a press, a reverse lunge, and then into a windmill. I'm going to give you two angles before we get going with this. So you're just going to press up and make sure the arm is locked out directly over the shoulder. Okay, you're going to take the opposite leg and you're going to take a nice long lunge back until the knee comes to the floor. You're then going to rotate that back foot inwards, so your shin comes at a diagonal across the mat. And then we're then going to sit back into the hips, pushing the hips to the side, turning the head to look up at the dumbbell and place your palm onto the floor. Okay, then we're going to push straight back up over the shoulder, rotate that back foot around, and come back up, lunge to standing, and back into a press. I'm going to show you this one more time from the side, and then we're actually just going to get going straight into the workout. So from the side, pressing up, opposite side, back and down, rotate that back shin, sit down into the hips, keep that dumbbell stacked over the shoulder, palm to the floor. You can even come a little bit further if you want to challenge that range. Back to the top and up to standing with a press, okay? An excellent exercise, as you can tell, for full body. So you've got leg strength, you've got stability and stabilization through your trunk, and then we've got mobility and strength through the upper body as well. So really nice full body exercise. You're gonna feel great after doing this session today. So we've got 4 other exercises as well, but I will explain as we go through the class today. So let's crack on. We're going to do 4 reps of this one on each side. So let's start with the right hand. Hand sits on top of the shoulder, pressing up over the shoulder. Left leg lunges back, knee to the floor. Rotate, sit into the hips and look up at that dumbbell. Working the obliques in this position. Ball of the back foot to the floor. Hand back to the shoulder. Quite a technical one, I know, to start off with today, but really important to challenge these skills. Nice and functional, nice and dynamic. There's 2, guys. If you want to just practice that technique, you can put the weight down and you can focus on just doing it with the body weight, or you could choose a lighter weight. Final rep there. Nice deep lunge, rotate down to the floor, back, keeping that dumbbell stacked over the shoulder. Dumbbell comes back down and carefully deadlift it down to the floor. Cross to the other side. I'll give you a little bit of opportunity to rest between your reps. We really want to be focusing on the movement, the technique here today. Press, lock over the shoulder. Opposite leg this time, right leg back. Take that shin across the mat, sit into the hip, look up to the hand, sink into it. Press back up over the shoulder and all the way through to the top. Don't forget that press in between. Back, rotate, reach to the floor. You can come a little bit deeper than the palm. Rotate back, ball of the back foot pushes you up to the top, through, rotate, down and up. Final rep. Let's take it through to the end. Excellent. Rotate. Sit into those hips, guys. Really push the hips out to the side so So you're moving around your center of mass. And then back down. Excellent work. And just get your breath back. Shifting over, dumbbell back into the right hand. B stance, row. So we've got a B stance or a staggered position. We're on the ball of the back foot. We want to make sure we're tracked with the feet facing forwards. The dumbbell sits just in front of the hip, and we make sure in this position the tailbone's lengthened over and we're active through the glutes to the top. Hinging back through the hip to here, and then all the way up to standing. Okay, breathing in to push the tailbone back, little bit of a bend through the front knee, and then up to the top. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to add in our rows. So let's go down this time, row, dumbbell to the rib cage, back to the top. Inhale down, dumbbell rows to the rib cage, and back to the top. Let's work through here. 3. Your back shouldn't be rounding, okay? We want to make sure that lower back is nice and flat, so we push that tailbone out, squeeze through. We're going to go for 3 more reps. Exhale to pull. We want that shoulder blade gliding back. 2. Excellent, guys. Final rep. Most of the weight through that front leg there. Loading the glutes on the front leg and release. We're going to go straight into the other side. And we're going to go straight into a deadlift with a row this time. And again, from here, hinging. Back through the hips. Stretching the glutes and the hamstrings. Row. Elbow drives back all the way through to the top. It's 2 breaths per movement. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Purposeful movement. Not rushing. 4. Good, guys. 5. 6. 7. Final rep. 8. And back to the top. Really nice work. Dumbbell comes down to the side. Next exercise, really good for upper body strength, for your core, but also adding in some mobility work around the hips, shoulders, and chest, okay? We're going to do a press up to a lunge and a reach. Spread the fingers out on the mat. From here, you can either press up on your knees. If you're feeling strong today, lift your knees off the floor, press, lunge the right foot to the outside of the right hand and reach. Hand comes back on the inside of the foot, we're going to go back into a press. Down, lunging, other side, up, reach, and back. We've got 8 of these, 2 done. Keep breathing, circling your breathing. 3. 4. Notice my back knee is lifted up off the floor. 5. Open up that chest. Imagine your chest is reaching to the ceiling. 6. Really starting to feel that in the upper body, through those shoulders, triceps, and pecs. Drop to your knees if you're struggling, guys. Keep it going though. And last one. Excellent. And release. Nice work. Starting to get a little bit of a sweat on. Heart rate's going up. We're going to come into a trunk exercise specifically for your abdominals and your obliques. We're going to offset this one, which really helps with the stability of the spine and the pelvis. So the arm presses up over the shoulder. The legs straighten up over the hips. If you're tight in your hamstrings, you might want a bit of a bend in your knees. Curl up. Don't reach that dumbbell too far forward. Holding. Breathing in. Lower one leg down. Exhale back. Keep that dumbbell pressed up over the shoulder. 2. We're going to 8. 3, 4, really bracing, stable, making sure the body's not rocking around. 1 to go. I think it might be 7, 8, maybe I did 10. Okay, good. So we're aiming for 8 reps here, guys. Other side, pressing up, dumbbell over your shoulder, legs up straight. Give me a curl. Up, get those abs switched on. Really focusing on holding centered. 8 reps, alternating legs. Inhale, lower. Exhale, pull, change. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and down carefully to the floor. Excellent. And then we've got one more exercise in this circuit. Another great exercise for the trunk, the obliques this time. And we're also working the inner and outer thigh through the legs too. So a nice global strength movement. It's a side plank with a pull. Okay, so from here, the dumbbell needs to come underneath my waist. Elbow under the shoulder. Straighten yourself out. Side plank, top leg staggered in front of the bottom. And again, we do 8 of these. We take the dumbbell and I'm going to pull it as though I'm going to row my elbow back to rest the dumbbell on my ribs and back down. Let's go. 2, 3. There's a little bit of rotation in the torso. Bring it underneath you. 4. Pushing down through that bottom shoulder. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Brilliant. And then the last one through this circuit is 8 of those on the other side. So spin around. Remember, top leg in front, bottom leg behind, staggering the feet, lifting the waist. Lengthen out. We don't want to be too forward flexed here. We want to be long, good posture. Dumbbell starts underneath you. Pull it. 1. Pull that elbow and shoulder back. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, final rep to go, 8. There you go, guys. Nice work. Really feeling those obliques firing up. So, judge how you feel after that circuit. Was it too easy? It's too easy? Maybe take a heavier weight. Too hard? Drop it back down. Take a lighter weight. If you want to practice technique, this exercise can still be done without a dumbbell. Sorry, this circuit can still be done without a dumbbell. All right, just giving you, or myself, another 30 seconds to get your breath back, and then we're going to go back through that circuit again, okay? So we're practicing functional movement patterns here, guys. Really important stuff to help to open up your body, just feel generally really good, nice and open and stable, braced throughout your whole body. Let's go again then. We're going to go that press, reverse lunge into your windmill. I'm going to do this front on this time, just so you can get a better view. From here, press, left leg back, rotate that back shin, turn to look up to your hand, push the hips to the side, down to your palm. If you're very bendy, you might even be able to get down towards your elbow, but we don't want to compromise the position of the spine. We want to be nice and neutral. Back into a press. Right, enough of my waffle, let's get these reps done. Rotate. 2. Don't forget your press. Nearly did. 3. Really locking out up over that shoulder with that elbow. Press. Last one. 4. Challenge yourself. Build up your strength with this. Week by week. How heavy can you do it with? Good. And release. Straight into the other side, no rest. Press. Lock out. Back, opposite leg. Toes to floor. Rotate. Push the hip to the side. Down, looking up to the dumbbell. To the top. 1, 3 to go. Good. Really building that strength and mobility through the shoulder. Training those oblique muscles at the side of the body. So this is half of a Turkish get-up, the top half of a Turkish get-up, which you may or may not have seen. That's for another day. Good. And release. Going into our staggered or B stance deadlift with a row. Okay? We need to get far enough over that we can get a good row, not too upright, but at the same time, we don't want to be rounding through the lower back. Really key is to keep what's called that neutral spine. Down, pull. Use your glutes on that front leg, the left leg for me. Here, pull. And up, lengthening down through the tailbone. It's another thing to watch out for there, is you're not arching your back when you stand up. 4. Lots of cues, I know. It's a lot to get accustomed to with these movements. So practice week by week, they'll get better. Good. 2 to go. I want to rotate that dumbbell a little bit into your ribs. So from here, overhand to neutral and back. And to the other side. Just going to wipe off the sweat and we'll go into it. Okay, stagger. Ball of the back foot. Hips square. Hinge through the hips. Push those hips back. Row. Squeeze the hand to the rib cage. Pull. Start with an overhand and rotate as you row. A little bend through that front leg. 3 reps to go, guys. Keep it going. And one more. And back to the top. Really good stuff. Press up with a lunge and a reach. On your knees or on your toes. And there's an in-between if you want an in-between, okay? You go from here, you go down, then you drop your knees and you push up on your knees. So you do a full press up down and a half press up to the top. Otherwise, as we were before, 8 reps, let's go. Press, lunge, reach, really open up those hips. Press, lunge, reach, press, lunge. Good stuff. Keep it going. Let that arm go as far round as you can. And it's not just the arm, it's your whole torso. You're trying to rotate your rib cage to the ceiling whilst the hips and the feet stay square. So you're not turning on that back foot. Yeah, keeping that nice and square. Right. Really starting to feel it now. 2 to go, guys. 2 to go. Keep your form. No messy reps. If you get messy, drop to your knees. And up. Good. And those shoulders and arms are getting cooked. Right, into your curl with the dumbbell and your leg scissors here. Press it up. Lock the dumbbell over your shoulder. Legs up straight. Okay, bent knees. If you can't get them straight, don't worry. Curl just a little bit. Brace through the ribs. Breathe in. Down, up. Alternate for 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and legs down, dumbbell down. Other side, straight into it. Let's keep those abs, those anterior trunk muscles really fired up, as well as the lateral ones. The obliques working to stabilize the body. As you can feel, that dumbbell is wanting to pull you off to the side. So from here, we're working those obliques and abdominals, even the muscles around the pelvis, to brace us and hold us to the center. Really good training this. 2 and 1. Beautiful work, guys. And down. And then we've got those killer side planks to finish off with. All right. Onto your elbow, underneath your shoulder. 8 of these. Staggered feet, remember. Dumbbell underneath you. Lengthen out your torso, rotate. Pull the dumbbell to the ribs. Imagine you're driving your elbow back behind you. 3 to go. Push your hips forward and up. 1 more to go. Good stuff. That is killer with that 10 kg weight. As I say, you might find you want to drop the weight down a bit, or you can do it without the weight. Or if you're feeling strong, go heavier. All right, lift, dumbbell underneath you, pull, and down, tap the floor. Exhale, pull. Hips stay lifted. Really don't let those hips sag. 4, 5, 6, 7, final rep, and 8. Really good stuff, guys. And release. There's a lot going on in that circuit. Yeah, really trunk or core focused exercises, but also upper and lower body as well. So a nice rounded full body workout. Now that's 2 sets. If you're feeling braver than me, you can go back through. So you can go through that circuit 1 or 2 more times. Rewind the video if you like, and you can follow along again. As for me from today, I'm done, and I will catch you next time. Thanks guys, see ya.